let's talk a little bit about that, about the schedule, a little more, and how to plan your weekly schedule. So let's suppose that I'm a student taking the Story of Liberty, okay, Spanish, and the 5,000-year leap. All right. So these are the classes that Mr. Heyman, Rule Heyman, is teaching. So I have one class on Monday, one class on Tuesday, and another class on Thursday. So this is what I recommend for students to do. It takes about 3 to 4 hours of independent work for you to complete all the coursework for 1 week. All right. And so what I would probably say is that on Mondays, right after the class, the Story of Liberty class, you have still a lot of Monday left. Okay. And so I would probably say, I'm going to put in my schedule that I'm going to study for the following week the material of the Story of Liberty on Monday. So on Monday, I'm going to study, I'm going to schedule in my schedule about 3-4 hours in order to complete everything for the following week of the Story of Liberty. So then when I'm done, I'm totally done. Okay. I don't have to worry about catching up or falling behind because I'm already done with that class. Okay. On Tuesdays, after the Spanish class, I can also schedule a couple of hours and so on in order to do the homework for the following week of Spanish. Now, in the Spanish class, I imagine that there's going to be things that Mr. Rule wants you to do each day. All right, like a little practice of Spanish or doing something each day. That is the best way of learning a foreign language, is really to practice continuously, okay? And so in your schedule, you can basically say, I'm going to do lunch from 12:30 to 1, okay? And then every day from 1 to 1:30, I'm going to schedule my daily Spanish practice. All right. So that way you kind of have that done. And then on Thursdays, if I'm taking this class, the 5,000-year leap class on Thursday, after the class, I'm going to schedule 3 hours for me to study the material for the next week of that class. That way you are always ahead. You always have time to catch up, and you don't have to worry about falling behind. All right. Does that make sense about what I'm saying and explaining on how you plan your own schedule? Some students prefer to do that, to basically dedicate 1 day to study everything for 1 class and get it all done. Others, they want to kind of do a little bit every day. So they do a little bit of math or a little bit of, history every single day. However you want to do it, what I would recommend, highly recommend, is that you create your own schedule for that thing, okay, for your time. Any questions about this, about your weekly schedule plans and how you need to plan to turn things in and to complete the lesson before the live class? So the assignments are due before the live class, okay? Now, we don't have a specific time exactly, but they are always due before the live class for that week. I would prefer, if you, when you plan your weekly schedule of a study, make sure that you give yourself plenty of time to turn in the assignments. So instead of turning the assignments half hour before the live class, turn the assignments as soon as you finish them. And that is why I was saying at the beginning, that if you plan your week and you have your week plan that you study for the class right after the class. So, for example, if you study for the Story of Liberty and you study during the rest of the Monday, then you can turn in your assignments right here, and then you are done. Then you don't have to worry about it. That is preferable because it gives us, the teachers, plenty of time to look at your assignment and give you feedback. And if you need to correct anything, you can still have time to do so. All right. Last year, we had in some of the classes, the students would turn their assignments right before the live class. And that didn't give me much of a chance or time to be able to look at them. And so, I couldn't give them feedback at that moment. In the algebra course, because the class is Monday morning, I'm putting the due date for the quizzes in the Khan Academy course for those quizzes on Saturday evening. All right. So that is the due date for the assignments that are due on Monday, Saturday evening. In this academy, we do not profess any specific religion. We are, very welcoming to everyone on any different faith and of all faiths. But I would prefer that you keep the Sabbath day holy. Whichever day is your Sabbath day, and for most of us in the Christian faith is on Sunday, I really, really would encourage you not to study on the Sabbath day. Okay, so whichever day is your day of rest, and dedicate that day to the Lord. And so no homeworks, due dates on Sundays, no assignments on Sundays, don't use the app on Sundays, just, dedicate that day to the Lord.